Yep.
The Ashe Braum, 5v5s, you've got such a strong front line, you've got great backline damage, and those skirmishes as well are going to be very difficult to deal with.
Yep. If I was looking at this and instead of DN Freecs it said Humble Life Esports, I'd say that this is unplayable for Bro.
He held out a vision for so long, but he could have moved in quicker. And then, yes, closes the information, but he can't cancel the TP. Speaking of canceling...
Oh, God, okay. Polu's flashing, Doiv's jumping, and I think Doiv going to have to flash as well. His door not quite as powerful as Hype goes in as well. Doiv is dead. Does get a lot of summoner spells for his troubles, but that is still first blood going over to the 80 carry of the Bros, and that is what you get. Back once again, Polu comes on over. Emperor's Divide going to be blocked as there's the flash forward from Closer, but unable to actually get too much out of it. And now Polu's the one that's in trouble. Pungyan, do you have a Q available? He doesn't, but Doiv does, and he's going to be able to grab a follow-up kill here for DN Freecs. And now able to move on over towards this Grub Pit as well. And you can see Croco was only able to grab 2 of them, so not going to be able to get the feat of strength or anything like that. Still getting the majority is great here for Bro.
Yeah, but I think DN Freecs happily able to turn that around and get that kill. Ultimately, it was a good play onto Pungyan there, but I think they just overstepped their hand without flash, even though he has a level advantage. He's level 6 to Croco's 5. It's that trio, so much power between them.
Yep. So not going to risk it. Not going to get spotted by a Void Seeker. And Doiv just going to answer this by taking down the enemy red buff, Dudu and Morgan. Fighting once again.
DN Freecs aren't really in position to contest this. Back to Berserker's farming the wave. The Azir's not even there yet. This could just be 3 grubs for Bro.
Theoretically, there is a Killer Instinct available here for Berserker if they do want to get on over. Void Seeker is going to connect onto Hype. If there's a Pop Blossom, Flash comes through. That's a lot of value. Weave as well to bring Closer in, though. And now Croco is looking to turn it. Life just gets eviscerated in an instant as Pungyan does make his way out and gets out before the concussive blows goes off. Never mind, though. Closer gets over that wall and takes him out. And now Doiv and Berserker needing to leave. And Bro just having the answers here.
Stops Doiv from following up, and then they just...
Closer's dead.
Yeah. I was going to say they turn onto the Nico, but they turn onto the Talia in this situation. And now DN Freecs should be able to clean up. It was an ult from Doiv that managed to get him onto the Talia.
Yep. One of the grubs was taken here by Croco, who just values getting as much experience as possible. Maybe the Bros just don't really care about grubs.
Yeah. Risky. It's so hard, especially both the Pantheon and the Nico have no flash. Pushing into this team, very difficult because they're both champions that can survive a long time, but aren't tanky. You know, the Nico obviously has a ult and has her W that can sort of buy time. The Pantheon has a stun, but if you get hit by a bit of CC, you're dead. Yeah. Does Santa just wear board shorts?
Oh yeah, all the time. And he drives a Ute as well. It's fantastic as Croco gets engaged on, but he kind of likes that Pop Blossom as the answer, but I think Life is still dead. And Pungyan, he's going to have to do some funny business to get himself out. Does manage to do so. Void Seeker comes in, hits Polo, and he does not care. Okay, DN Freecs, are we fighting for this? Or are we looking for something else? Life pretty close to having that Pop Blossom, but not quite with it in hand just yet. And they don't even know the health bar. Now they do, as Berserker finds a Void Seeker. Closer not finding the angle just yet, as Life really wanted to flash on in, get that Pop Blossom happening. Arrow going to come on through. There is the snapback and the immediate flash away from Doiv. The DN Freecs understand that they're not able to do anything about this. Says, okay, Berserker goes in, just nabs himself a kill. Nicely done. Flash Emperor's Divide, and Croco now finds himself in amongst it. Let's see whether he can keep himself alive as Pungyan sidesteps the seismic shove and then takes a billion rocks to the face and dies. Croco going 1v1 against Berserker, and it does not work. But Life is on the floor once again. And Bro win yet another team fight, this time with a triple kill for their 80 carry.
But ultimately, Bro come out ahead after securing the Herald as well.
Yeah, really nicely played here by the Bros. For reasons, you know, and not necessarily ones you want to talk about. The DN Freecs are going to try and defend their bottom outer turret. Just don't know about it, as it will be taken down. The rest of Bros still defending, making sure that these two are going to be able to make it out okay.
To get access to this dragon, it's so hard against this team.
Yep. Shape Splitter is at least going to buy them a little bit of information, as there's a flash. Nabs 2 as well, as Life is able to at least get something done, but it's another great flick back onto Berserker, and he just throws himself into the mix. I don't know about that one, as this team fight has Morgan in it. Pungyan being able to find the Braum is kind of cool, but who cares? Hype's able to shut him down, and this Scion, the first team fight he's in, he nabs 2 kills for himself and looks great. This is a mistake Well, I think the Bros are probably going to be okay. That's my feeling. The rest of the DN Freecs are going to try and prove me wrong, though. Teleport comes in. It's an honest 5v5. Can the Bros get something done? Morgan's been softened up here.
Yeah, you got to remember as well the resist shredding that comes out, even if you are tanky.
Arrow going to connect onto Pungyan. There's the flick back as well, just delivered on a silver platter. But the answering kill is going to be there. Mid lane for support, though, doesn't feel great for the DN Freecs.
Lane swap meta where picks like Sion would be, you know, down 50, 60, 80, 100 CS on the 80 carries. A fed Sion is demonic.
Well, let's see whether this fed Sion can just drive his way out, or whether he doesn't even have... Pungyan's right here, so he is going to be able to give them an idea that they're going to be starting this one off.
It is
on down very quickly. Okay, teleport in. The Sion is going to be joining. That looks like the decision is, let's just do it. And let's see whether Nike was the right call, as they do manage to get the Arakan, so they get the buff, but can they find more? That is just one with the Pop Blossom, but it might be the best one that Life has found so far, as Dudu also able to take down Croco. Pungyan turns up to the fight so that he can just get recalled, and the rest of the team is also dead now as well. Well, not dead, but sort of dead.
Yeah, so it ends up being a 1 for 5, and sure, they're recalled, they're not actually dead. This is when hype shows up and it's like, okay, and Morgan got it.
Pungyan like getting over the wall and being like, I'm ready to DPS, and then immediately getting arrowed to the face. Not a lot of actual engage.
Did get the flash from Doiv and Berserker though, so pretty big cooldowns to burn, although at the cost of 2 big ultimates in the Ashe and Worms, you're not going to have this dragon fight in 10 seconds. Oh, Doiv.
Yeah, there's the Pop Blossom though, finds 3 in the backline. Dudu on a flank angle, but Croco's pretty tanky. Morgan's immovable, and they go 1 for 1. But there's the crash. This Sion. Oh no, it is despair, but it's despair for DNF, as Berserker going to get ripped to shreds. And yes, Morgan is unable to be killed.
They just cannot cut through him, you know? He walks forward, and in the meantime, the rest of Bro is slowly mounting. The engage does land on the hype, but Dudu's just not in range to immediately follow up, and Apollo's immediately there to apply the passive. Morgan is just in the mixer. And
it's on purpose. That's actually...
Yeah, he's doing that to get a good amount of sustain out.
I like it.
In between all this poke. Now, it has been started by DNF. This is risky.
Yeah. Morgan's health bar is well and truly recouped, though. See what the Bros can actually do off the back of it, as the DN Freecs not starting off any fight just yet, as Dudu might be the target. There's the crash from Morgan. Pop Blossom, though, used mainly defensively, but Croco is dead, and now the Baron not smiteable on their side, and DN Freecs will be able to lock it down. They cannot lock down the team fight. Berserker going to get arrowed as well, as they all just try to run after him. Look at Hype, he's going so fast. The Penta for Hype off the back end of the Baron attempt from DNF. And the Bros are going to walk down the mid lane and win game 1.
This is what your bro tax pays for.
Exactly. That's why you need to paint the chat purple, ladies and gentlemen, because then you get magic like this.
Baron may be secured by DN Freecs. Doiv doing his best against his old team, but Hype has been untouchable this game, and they will be able to take that game 1 win.
Really nicely done. Morgan, an absolute monster on this Sion, I swear. Always in the right place at the right time, as this Nexus, not long for the world, as Hype just trying to augment the kill bar. And in fact, it's Closer that grabs a couple of them. The Bros make their way out, heads held high. Yeah.
If ever there's a situation where Zeri's next to terrain, it really makes you re-question whether you can actually make an engage happen onto that pick. So
I also think Paranoia and Zeri are such a good combo.
Kill unlikely to come through, but he is window to potentially just reset. He is healing up though himself, so I think he's going to stay around a bit longer.
Whoa, he flashes and he just kills him.
That was slick.
That was slick, but also, Pungyan, what are we doing, buddy?
Yeah, I think just thought he had enough health, thought he could stay around, ended up getting caught out. Speaking of caught out...
Yeah, Morgan could be in trouble here, because that's an overheat. That's a flash forward. Dudu may have silenced himself, but not the crowd here in Lol Park, as that is a solo kill.
And Dudu nearly has ultimate.
Yep, Doiv is going to be able to sweep this out as well. They know there is no information for Morgan. No flash, no hope, as there's the equalizer. Morgan now going to have to walk behind his turret, shattered and destroyed. Life even able to get out of there, only 1 turret shot.
Advantage by themselves, and you look to twist the knife by bringing up your support in jungle and making that dive work. Now, Polu is spotted, so... And ult does get picked up. So, Pyongyang should be safe here.
Yeah, Croco going to be able to grab the Raptors. So there is that Dove on these Grubs. We'll actually get all three by the looks of things. And the DN Freecs continue to have a slight gold advantage here in this game. I do feel like Bro's composition isn't quite as robust as what the DN Freecs have put together.
There's a... Oh, no, it's not. It's definitely not a ward in that brush.
Well, Dove is definitely a Wukong, is now just going to go in on top of Morgan. The Ghoulie wall is gorgeous, but what can they actually do about it? Because down goes the Yorick. Dudu is going to be answered, though, and the teleport is coming in. It is so slow, though, as Closer comes on forward, gets over to the other side of the wall. The charm is good from Pyongyang, and he knows he has to get out, but it's a 2 for 2, and the top side for the DN Freecs was so strong.
Close, unfortunately, the early TP takes a long time to get there, so he took...
In the meantime, it's a battle for Crab.
Yeah.
And Dove smites it, so he cannot lock down this Grub. But in they go. That's a great Magna Storm from Life, as now Polo finds the quickness onto multiple people. Pyongyang making his way over. Flash out of the way of the charm is good, as Croco trying to get out, and Life says, nope, you stay right here. No flash available. And that is also going to be some Grubs going over to the DN Freecs, and they are getting a real advantage off the back of this one.
Yeah, Croco had his flash, he's trying to get out of the pit, but Life shuts that down. And even despite the fact you're lacking these big teamfight ultimates, not available for the Ahri, the Wukong, or the Rumble, hit. And then Dudu just chases Hyper away, gets the flash, fighting again immediately.
Yeah, another Cyclone to come through here from Dove, and Morgan is dead yet again.
Why is he there?
I don't know. We just came out of a replay.
Guys, there's a reason you picked Yorick.
He teleported there.
There's a reason you picked Yorick. It's not that. It's not to team fight dragons.
It's to side lane, much like what Dudu is doing. As maybe he's in trouble. Life is going to come on over. Let's see whether this 2v2 is going to work out, as he does get the Scrap Shield, the Magna Storm as well. The Equalizer is cooking them this whole time as Croco turns around, but it's not enough. The Scrap Shield, and Dudu just cooks him. First turret, Closer tries to get a little bit of damage onto this one, but it's not quite going to work out. So first turret blood, as well as the first 3 kills, and the DN Freecs will get themselves some feats of strength. And Dudu picking it up by himself makes a lot of sense. 2,000 gold now in the lead. He's upgraded his Swifties.
Just kill whoever you can see in that small pocket of light.
Well, Croco's going to get jump scared. The Equalizer comes down. He decides to not walk down it, which I think makes some sense. Then he makes it dark and dies.
You know, should there be a spooky Rumble skip? Because I feel like he's a lot spookier than the Nocturne. He must have so much gold in the inventory.
Yes. I think he definitely does.
I feel like
still also has like more items in his inventory currently than most other people on the map.
But I feel like it's not quite going to be this extreme. It definitely isn't. But it'd just be so funny if he just recalled and just bought a Rabadons.
Yeah, he just builds a death cap instead of even like upgrading.
Yeah.
Like, this Hextech cookie is just chilling there, you know. He'll leave that one for another time. Feel quite nice. The DN Freecs now get to work on the first Cloud Drake of the game. It's another Cloud Soul. I've been pretty blessed here today.
Have a good day.
And a Cloud Souls. And no Chemtech Souls? Damn, you've been locked in today, Ox. I'm so proud of you.
I have to, thank you. So maybe that's it. But as we saw before, some picks are easier than others.
Well, Morgan has put Dudu in the Ghoulie wall. There is actually a lot of value here because the Equalizer does basically nothing. But the Paranoia now going to come in. Morgan actually staying alive for so long, and my God! They're able to get the top side already! The DN Freecs, I don't know how they lost that, but the Bros had the answer.
The difference Rumble has, honestly. And actually, Closer has the same lead as Rumble does. And now Dudu has the Shadow Flame.
Well, this turret going down, and Croco not going to get hit by the charm as more. Is it time that we now talk about things like the Zeri situation that could happen? As this turret will get taken out. 5 Grubs certainly helping on that one. So the DN Freecs do create a little bit further of a lead.
I think it's a bit early still to talk Zeri, you know.
Yeah, okay.
She's,
she does have a couple of items.
That'd be pretty great.
That's what I think may have happened.
That could be it.
So much bro tax. As Closer, speaking of which, is going to claim some by taking down this turret. And Croco now clearing out some vision here at the same time. They're not going to start the Otacon.
That is a massive spike. No one else is even
phenomenal charms going to connect here as Croco is just dead. And you know, you've been stacking up the house of cards. Brion's still going in for more. But he is not going to get punished for it. Spirit Rush pretty powerful, and the DN Freecs looking for the soul point.
He's double the level of Polu.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Closer just at level 15.
And they haven't even taken a Ruinous Archon or anything like that.
Yeah, he is very scary. Against the Nocturne, though, this is pretty scary.
Yeah, this is danger. Polu in the area, quickness in hand, Life just flashing on over. The Magnustorm catches him as he flashes away, has the quickness there as well, moves pretty fast, as now it could be a little bit of danger for good old Dudu. Hype coming on over, they will be able to get a kill for the Zeri, but they will lose the Archon for it. And if you thought that Pungyan had a experience advantage before, he has more of one now.
End up going for a trade. You know, they do get the Rumble, they do get the tier 1 mid, but giving over the Ruinous Archon and all those flowers.
Too much of an answer.
I just have no idea what he was doing there.
Yeah.
Or how, like, as a Rakan of all champions, is just dying solo to a Wukong.
Well, Dudu is going to just supervise this Baron, and that does just go over for free.
Yeah. Either way, they pop the cooldown to...
Oh, we're playing the side lanes though, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and especially when Morgan's pushing on the side, if you come and match him in that lane, makes it very uncomfortable.
Ooh, Croco going to come on over and actually shadowing closer, but also might be able to guarantee that this does go down. Doiv possibly getting into position here as the Cyclone not going to find the knock-up, and the Strikebreaker going to slow him up enough for Closer to get out of there. He did have to use the ultimate.
It represents
a lot of running fast.
A lot of movement speed. Yeah. Like, you can look at Berserker.
Like, what am I, like, what even is my gimmick now? Because she's the one that's supposed to be running real quick. But also, turret going to go down.
You have to hit your Qs, you know, and if they're going side to side fast.
And another inner turret will hit the deck here. DN Freecs very comfortably able to push this lead ever further in the last few seconds of Baron.
I think they're kind of relying on Croco and Polu to make it engaged, so they could slam that and Croco could ult in, but he could just die.
Baron is just gone. Berserker does so much damage. My goodness. Okay.
This gets used right at the end.
Well, now Croco is going to get engaged on as well as Pungyan looking for it, but he's in a little bit too early. There's the Paranoia, and now Hype doing a lot of work. Doiv not finding the value with the Cyclone, and Berserker does manage to take down the Rakan. Hype still doing some work, but Berserker is so huge in this fight. Morgan, 1 versus 3, and I don't think he really likes those odds. He's surviving for quite some time, but the Maiden's getting confused, and the DN Freecs, they get the ace, and they're going to look to bring us to that game number 3.
There's a sad bro fan in the bottom right of your screen. Gonna have to try and find...
No. This is the thing. If you're a bro fan, don't be sad. You get to watch another bro game.
True.
For free. Because otherwise, it just would have never happened.
Well, actually, is it free? Because you're paying bro tax for that game 3.
All right, well... Yeah, that's a good point. You're going to have to pay a lot.
Yes, you are, D1. You have to pay your bro tax.
I'm hoping that Whale comes back as well, because they're going to need all the help they can get if they want to win this one. As 9,000 was the lead in the end.
I think they've navigated the draft pretty well.
I would agree.
Together. The Ezreal as well. Normally something we see banned away at this point, and Berserker Paladin it. Like, they have a great AD carry, they have a great support. I think with the pressure that DNF have on the top side, they should be... Doiv picking up the grubs in trade for this, even if it's not immediate.
Yep.
The fact that you have your bot laner here and your jungler.
Yeah, Hype actually taking a while to go for his recall. Of course, does have Strut, so it can get back to lane a little faster, but...
Pick up the dragon. It is going to be 3 grubs for the DN Freecs in return.
Yep. Berserker able to walk down as well, getting that lane shoved in. A lot of topside control here for the DN Freecs. They have a little bit of a gold lead as well. As a result of this, once again, that gold lead is in the top lane. As Dudu, a big benefactor of Berserker stopping that back.
At least Morgan hasn't been solo killed yet. That's the takeaway.
A true procced here, and Morgan actually doesn't go for the minion. As Pungyan, this time, he is likely to die. As Gravity Field goes down, and he is burning. Doiv doing a lot of damage here, though, as you can see. And the Spiraling Despair actually coming on through there as Doiv unable to find Closer, but the Ignite comes down from Life. He gets the shield, but it's not enough. to keep him alive. Now Doiv's the one that's in trouble. He's spinning around a lot as Croco is able to take it with the bleed. A lot of damage over time between these two junglers, but it is Bro coming out on top as far as the kills. Yeah, I think it's very wholesome.
It's very cute.
I like it a lot. Sometimes you do need a hug. As Punyan, he's going to get a hug from a doggo, and often that is really therapeutic. This time it's not working out for him. They're able to get all of them. The DN Freecs were able to grab the first round. We'll also give Bro another step forward in the objective feat of strength. So a chance they could lock that down just by getting another dragon. That one is live and on the map.
Yeah, I would think that DN Freecs want to try and secure that themselves. The Grub's being taken. We'll see if they make some moves towards, obviously, playing towards the Renekton side of the map, like a dive assassin-focused champion. But if she just launches the Q at you, it does so much damage, especially with the bleed. Especially if she hits 2.
Yeah.
Then you're chunked.
Well, Bro just going to give that one up. Morgan is fighting. And, oh, Ox, come on, man.
Come down to that execution, especially with the Chemtech Soul as well. It takes so much pressure off, because neither team is really as concerned as you might be with other souls.
Croco is going to get engaged on here. Headbutt Pulp comes through from life, but he's taking a lot of damage. Does have the Unbreakable Will. Untargetable is Croco, and now out of the fight. Doiv also going very, very low as Hype's at full health, but they take down the Poppy to start this one off. Phenomenal headbutt, but where is the answer? As Hype goes in and nothing really happens, they take out the Lilia, and out goes Berserker with the Blast Cone. Exactly the moment we just witnessed in the replay, and we are back to it one more time. It is now going to be Bro pushing up this mid lane, though, and they will be able to take down the outer turret. So DNF letting things slip a little bit when it comes to the macro play.
Yeah, Dudu has been hyper-focused on his bot tower, and he'll get it, but, you know...
Yeah, feats of strength still just go over
I'm
Bro.
going to be honest, who really cares that much? Well, Dudu, obviously.
Yeah.
Other than Dudu.
I was going to say, like, that's the answer to your question.
Test this because of the fact that Close's bot...
Guess what they're going to do, though.
He doesn't have TP, but he's actually running up very fast.
Yeah.
And Dudu is not TPing.
Yeah, Doiv is just spinning around. Watch out, Ape does absolutely nothing as the Infernal Chains are in. Doiv is just melting, and he will go down. As Croco gets over there and takes him out. There is the evicted Crocodile as well, as now Life is just by himself. Berserker's on the gravity well, and he will be taken out as well. And it's a double for Hype. Morgan's over the wall, wanting to get some revenge on this Crocodile, who will get pulled back and just obliterated. Punyan just has to watch as all of his friends go down, and there's nothing he can do about that.
He didn't have TP, he just walked here, and what? It's so confusing to me why DN Freecs end up playing this out the way they did, but, you know, Croco is...
maybe it's not time for Humbug to come back just yet. Croco looking real good. That's a happy Dagon as well. A 7-0-1 doggo. And so they don't die to him. So that's good news. Morgan going to take this outer turret on the top side of the map, though, as the Rift Herald was still alive. Okay. Well, that is going to be attempted once more. And the DN Freecs, I like the idea of not contesting.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have a lot of money. Doiv going to go for it, potential angle, but Croco has the smite and the range, and he'll be fine.
The thing is as well, when you have all your gold on an Apheri,
the closer can just walk underneath the turret, throw down a gravity field, and even pull out Punyan as he kills the turret.
Max, I'm seeing on the way pings on Atakan.
Oh no, oh no,
DNF.
oh no,
No,
oh no, not like this, not like this, not like this. Okay, I feel like Switch, you know, when they're
TPing, they're committing.
Is near APOC, you know, it's not like this, DNF. Croco goes untargetable, guys. He does that a lot. As now Life moving forward, looking for the pulverized angle, and Morgan is moving in. The flash forward from Close, I don't know about that one. It's a double pole from Life, but he's down so low already. And Bro is just kind of untouched. Hype wanders past the Atakan and presses his R button. Doiv in so much trouble, a huge explosion as they take down the Poppy. But who cares? Croco is massive. He flips over the wall and Morgan is flying towards Punyan. A triple kill. That's a 10-0-1 Neferi for Croco. And he's looking to make that one 11 as Punyan looking to go down for the 11th kill. Yep, the doggo keeping it binary here on the Rift.
I just don't know what compelled them. It's like something affected DN Freecs. They're like, you know what? It's time just to send Atakan and...
We're going to need to get some immunizations out because this like Otacon epidemic that we are seeing here in, and so much to destroy in the enemy team's base. Doiv going to come on over. We'll be able to at least get some of the chickens.
Well, I do have some good news for you. But they're killing Polu, so I'll leave.
Polu may be dead. Does get interrupted. My God, the Arcane Storm damage is disgusting. Life is not long for this world. It's a double for him off the back end as Morgan starting to become an absolute menace on the Rift. And Dudu is going to find himself the last man standing. Croco gets, I think he's 12th or 13th or something like that. Maybe he's going to grab 14. That's a bullet time to the back of the head. Point blank range. And the bros say, not today, DN Freecs. It's 0-10 time. And unfortunately, still winless here in the LCK. But the bros, a good bounce back after a difficult loss previously against DRX.
End up killing Polu with a flash, but it's like whatever. Doiv is just getting chased down. And it felt like Croco just one-shot him, basically.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that scoreline now. 12-0-3.
I do have some KT.
Oh, God.
So the 0-10 primed KT takedown is a potential future.
Honestly, that one's winnable. That is definitely winnable.
And also, it would be very funny.
What is happening? Having a look at what... oh, they got the Otacon! They did it! It was their dream, and it has been achieved. As Life is going to see what he can do about getting them off the Nexus. The Otacon for Nexus trade is not what I was expecting, as the shortest keeper's verdict is going to push them away, and there goes the game.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.